What makes Asoke different from other collective communities? Is it our strict morals and ascetic practice? Or is it something more profound than that? Today, let's find out the answer. Asoke is a common name used to describe the group as a whole. There are currently 7 Buddhist centers all over Thailand. Every center has a temple, a village, and a school which is run by the community. Everyone in the community observes the Buddhist precepts, eats vegetarian food, lives ascetically, and is free of base vices. Paul Kru Samana Pothirak, who is the founder and leader of the Asoke group, teaches us to apply the Noble Eightfold Path in our daily lives. While the mainstream Buddhists emphasize meditative practice, Paul Kru teaches us to practice Buddhism with open eyes, to be mindful of our actions as we interact with the world, and to analyze the dark mental forces that motivate our thinking, attitude, and actions. Once we've determined the root cause of suffering, which is desire, hatred, and delusions, we can work at cleansing them from the mind and become truly free from sufferings. But are these really the things that make us so different? If I had to define the key things that make us so truly unique, I would say that is our communal consumption and bunyom system. We have a communal consumption which is created on the basis that everyone works for free and sacrifices for the common good. Various earnings of the community go into the central fund, which is used to buy necessities for everyone in the community. And the community takes care of everyone's welfare from birth to death. Everyone in the community shares a strong belief in bunyom principles. Bunyom is an economic system based on Buddhist teachings. The goal of bunyom is to purify ourselves from worldly attachments so that we can take less for ourselves and give more to others. It's the complete opposite of capitalism. But a kibbutz also has a similar communal consumption. They also want to create a utopian society based on common ownership of property and equality. So how does our communal consumption make us unique? If you look at the modest lives of the Amish, you may begin to wonder which one of us is more ascetic. The Amish people separate themselves from all worldly things, even the things we consider basic necessities, like electric appliances, because they believe that worldliness may keep them from being close to God. So how does our bunyom system make us unique? While the kibbutz began from socialist ideals, Asoke communities began from Buddhist ideals. The purpose of setting up various Asoke communities was to provide members with a place to practice Buddhism together and to provide an ideal living environment that encourages spiritual growth. Paul Kru said that if we observe the Buddhist precepts and practice the Eightfold Path correctly, we can reduce our greed, hatred, and delusions, and eventually become less selfish and more productive in serving others. This is the essence of bunyom, to purify ourselves from defilements so that we can become less selfish and wiser, to become a knower of the world who is not enslaved by wealth, status, and worldly pleasure. By practicing the Dharma, we've gradually reduced the urge for self-indulgence and have become more sacrificing, diligent, and willing to serve others. We believe that these are truly noble qualities that people should have. We also believe that sacrifice is a merit or punya, which is a way of purifying the mind of defilements. Asoke's communal consumption began from a small group of people who came to live together by practicing the Eightfold Path. So you could say that Asoke's communal consumption is the fruit of practicing the Dharma. It's the collective result of each person's effort to live according to the concept of bunyom, which is based on Buddhist teachings. Everyone who joins the community does so of his own free will. We've chosen this path with the wisdom that freedom from the grips of money, materialism, and worldly pleasure is the ultimate freedom. This is why everyone in the community is willing to work for free, without wanting anything in return, and without having common ownership of property. Various assets of the community are managed by foundations set up by the community, and the community is responsible for taking care of everyone's welfare from birth to death. Asoke's communal consumption is unique because it embraces the best aspects of socialism and democracy. We have a pooling system similar to socialism, but everyone has the freedom of choice similar to democracy. Everyone has chosen to participate in the communal consumption through their own will and wisdom. While the goal of capitalism is to accumulate wealth, the goal of Buniyom is to sacrifice and share wealth. Because we're able to produce more than we consume, we're able to share the excess with society. Every single activity within the community operates under the concept of Buniyom. For example, the way we run our business is completely different from capitalism. Buniyom commerce can be divided into 4 levels. The first level of Buniyom commerce is selling below market price. Palangbun store and the vegetarian restaurant in front of Santiago are just a few examples of how we sell below market price. The second level of Buniyom commerce is selling at break-even cost. Pisujit Asa store in Rajadhani Asoke is a good example of this. The third level is selling below cost. During the Songkran festival, we hold a fair called Talat Araya, where everything is sold below cost. The fourth level is giving for free. We have a number of vegetarian restaurants that have a free lunch policy. If you have 1 dish with rice, it's free of charge. And on special occasions, such as the king's birthday, you can witness many people setting up shelters to give food for free. So you see, Buniyom is not just a modest way of living, but a viable alternative to capitalism, which is consuming the world and sinking it with the weight of greed, hatred, and delusion. And we truly believe that through the test of time, the people will come to realize that Buniyom is the way out for society.